Hey guys, welcome back to Casual Yu-Gi-Oh! So today we're going to be doing our top 10 favorite cards of all time.
Yeah.
And these can be stuff that we have a personal connection with or just we like them.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is a video that we might do more than once because I like a lot of cards in this game. I feel like not a lot of them are going to get a shine.
And I got my cards in person, so
Yeah.
I'll be showing them off. So yeah. Alright,
Yeah.
I'll let you go first.
Alright, my number 10 spot is the Golden Apples. It's a card that makes no sense, but I love it so goddamn much.
Yeah, I mean, I should have figured that was
yeah.
on your list.
Yeah. It's weird because like the whole deck I played in, it's the only thing from that deck.
And you refuse to take it out.
Yeah.
Even when it's not that good.
Yeah, even when it's not that good. Simply like when you're attacked, you take the damage and then you activate the card and you regain the life points that you just lost and you summon a token copy of the damage that you've just taken. It's just a stat block with the same amount that you just took, but it doesn't really do anything. But the golden apples, man, I mean, I love it. Anyways, that's it.
Okay, cool. My number 10 is the Agent of Mystery Earth. The reason why she's my number 10 is because she's my favorite tuner. I love that her effect is not just when she's special summon or some periods, just on normal summon. I like that it has some restriction to it. I love her artwork. The fact that it's Earth is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. She just like, every time I look at that card, I'm just like, oh, I'm happy playing agents. It just...
She's not jank, she's not busted, she's not being abused in other decks.
No, it's just for me. So, it probably just because like when tuners became a thing, or at least when I became more involved in Yu-Gi-Oh!, that's like right around when the agent structure deck came out. I got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Like during 5Ds. I just didn't care about the show of 5Ds, but like I got into it again during that era. And then like I basically would like take a year off every now and again. I don't know why. I just like would do it.
Yeah.
And then like right after high school, got back into it. Agent structure deck came out, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. So anyway, that's it for 10.
All right, my number 9 is I love Gravekeepers an awful lot. My favorite thing in all of Gravekeepers is a monster that's not even that great. It's Gravekeeper's Heretic. He's the one that when Necroface on the field, he's unaffected by anything.
And that card's not that good.
Exactly.
Like you've shown like 1 out of like 50 times where that actually works in your favor.
See, the combo is Necroface into Heretic into you play what's it called? Necroface Throne or something like that, which is a trap card. Which while you have Necroface and Gravekeeper,
Tomb of the Necroface.
That Tomb of the Necroface stops people from special summoning. Well,
I was thinking of counter trap. You're just talking about the one. I know you're.
Yeah, the one that drops the attack and defense of everything by 500, as long as you control.
It's not the throne, but I forgot what it's called. But yeah, whatever.
Yeah. But that's the combo, and then people can't get over it, and they can't pop it. They can't do anything to it. And then if you manage to build up your resources over a few turns, you just get people into this lock where they literally can't do anything to you.
Gravekeepers have some cool stuff. He's just not one of the ones that I care about.
I love Gravekeepers. He has the artwork I love the most. Supernaturalist, which is the fusion, is basically just an upgraded version of him with an awesome effect, and he's a super strong monster, but Heretic's the OG. Anyways.
Okay. My number 9 is Power Bond.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. Power Bond, so it's my favorite fusion card. It's like, if it's available for me to like play Power Bond in a deck, I am going to do it because...
A machine fusion.
Yeah.
You don't say.
I love it. I love that it just doubles the attack. I love overkill. I love just when someone says like, well, I mean, luckily you're not going to be able to do that much damage to me this turn. And I'm like,
yeah.
I love it.
Cyber Twin Dragon, just like 5,600 damage twice.
Well, and Ancient Gears. This is, I mean, people that play Ancient Gears and don't play Power Bond, you're playing the deck wrong, I promise you.
Yeah.
I love the card. I think I have like 9 or 12 copies of this card just in case I ever need it. No, I'm being serious.
No, I know.
Just in case. And I have to have the Cybernetic Revolution copy. Have to do it.
Yeah.
I love Ultimate Rares, but those are astronomically expensive.
I mean, I don't even like Abyssal that much, but I just own like 50 copies of the card.
I mean, if I go back to my history of Power Bond, it all starts with Zane playing it. And like I said, when Jane's like, I'll use Polymerization, fuse my elemental heroes. And like the joke is where Zane goes, try this card called Power Bond.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Let me show you something twice as good.
And I love that in the show that he just was like, well, yeah, you take the effect damage at the end. He's like, well, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he didn't care. Although he did have Cyber Kieran, that card that can trip itself and then you just reduced your effect damage to 0. I've always thought about playing that, but most of the time it's not necessary. But anyway, go ahead.
All right, my number 8 card, kind of a new card. I mean, it's not even out yet, but Egyptian God Slime. It's just fucking cool.
I understand. I expect more slime cards on your list.
Yeah. What's that?
I expect more slime cards on your list.
Yeah, I have to put him.
One?
I have to put him as my slime representative. Yeah,
he's the god.
He's the god. Yeah. Fucking.
He is pretty awesome, and he'll be coming out in a couple months, and I need some of that set too. So
I need a slime archetype that's not Gradles.
Yeah.
Give me something slimy.
I'm looking forward to your deck that you make. I'm looking forward to it.
It's gonna be some jank slime Slifer bullshit that I'm gonna try to put together. I don't even know what it's gonna be.
You definitely can make it work. I have faith in you. My number 8 is Mirror Wall.
Yep.
I've just always loved Mirror Wall. It's a cool trap. It was like really the first continuous trap I think that was ever played. I mean, Call the Haunted, you can make the argument, but in the show, I think they made it. In the show, I think it was a spell card. Yeah. But when Mai played Mirror Wall, I was like, that's such a cool concept that it stays on the field and it's something you have to like get over. And then the artwork, I just love how that looks. And yeah, I love its effects. So I remember picking this up in like A to Z Comics, the local card shop that I grew up, up the street or whatever, next town over. But I remember like when I found this in their shop or whatever, I was like, I have to have this. And I tried putting it in every deck that I had, but I just always loved it. And your opponent never expects it, and I still play it. I played at least one deck, Harpies, that's what this came out of, but if I found other decks that don't have synergy, and I tried it in Volcanics, I can't afford the
No joke, it just barely missed my list.
It's a cool ass trap card.
It's probably my number 12. Shout out to my number 11, by the way, which is a card that's never going to be on anybody's list. It's Trent. Look it up.
Oh, I have honorable mentions that I'll be doing. But anyway, you're number 7.
My number 7. I gotta look it back up. I want to make sure I don't mix these up. Oh yeah, the card that started it all, Swiftbird Benjo.
That should be higher on your list.
Yeah, it probably should be, but the thing is, he's like not really like usable anymore. Like originally, when
I'm sure you could find it.
The problem is you have to tribute for him, which takes your normal summon, and it's so much in the game. I have a plan to actually try to use him in something though.
You do need to make like just a Wing Beast deck or a Wind deck or something.
That's actually what I'm working on right now. It's
keeping a secret hush hush. The first time hearing about it.
It's
no links.
Well, I don't know what my extract's gonna be.
Some work stuff?
Yeah, it's in there.
Okay.
There's some work stuff in there. But that's not actually the main focus of the deck.
Okay.
But it's there's some janky shit going on. Swiftbird Benjo was like how I originally got into the game. I had like a bunch of harpies and a bunch of monsters that like replaced themselves when they were destroyed.
He had the like wind structure deck that came out in like 2008, 2009, something like that.
I threw some other jank shit in there, and a friend at the time was playing
Blackwings?
Yeah.
Colin,
Yeah, he was playing Blackwings, and I could manage to scrape wins against this man with just like the most thrown together stuff.
And the rest of us were just getting scraped, and we are like, go Jesse, just fuck him up, dude, because we hated Blackwings.
I'd top deck Swiftbird Benjo, and I'd be like, sorry man, all your shit goes back to the hand.
If I did a list of like, we should do a list at some point of like top 10 decks that like of all time that you hated, because there's lists like we did like a while back where it's like top 10 decks you hate now. Let's go through the history of the game and you hating shit.
Do I have to have 10?
It'd be whatever you want, but I'm saying yours is one.
I can list one 10 times. How's that?
Yeah.
I really fucking hate that deck.
I know. Yeah, Blackwings would be the first for me that I remember being like, oh, this is a whole new level of like shit I hate.
Yeah.
Okay, that was your 7?
Right? I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, my number 7. Massbeast Descartes. I love this card. He's one of the cooler boss monsters, I think, in the game. The fact that when he leaves the field, he just puts out a mask of remnants to control something. I love Massbeast, the ritual monster, and the fact that he was that, but stronger.
I wish they'd update this.
He doesn't need an upgrade.
I want him to be a ritual monster.
No, he's fine. I mean, honestly, the way, because he special summons, so it's like he doesn't require your normal summon. Okay. If you just have one of the Great Tiki Elder or Milk of the Four-Faced Beast, you can just trip that in whatever monster you want, and then special summon him out.
Also, the main reason I say that I want him to be updated is I want a masked salesman inside of
what you're asking for is they just need to make more mask support and make it all into one deck, because I would definitely play that. And you could play it too, and then yeah. But he's a cool ass card. Ever since I saw him on the show, I was like, I love that card, and I always wanted to get him. Just one of the cooler boss monsters.
Alright, my number 6.
Yeah.
A deck that I made that I don't play anymore because it takes way too much time, and the whole point of making the deck was Ghostrick Angel of Mischief, who's a win con card. You put 10 materials underneath it as an XYZ monster, and you just win the game. But man, if Ghostricks are just they try to be control, but at the same time, it's like you can't really. There's not enough playing in Ghostricks. It's a lot of counterplay, and that's a type of thing that I like to stray away from because it just breeds an atmosphere of not having fun. And then Ghostricks get completely ruined because links are a thing now, and you can't book things that can't go to defense.
But that Yu-Gi-Oh tournament that I throw, I think that because there isn't a time limit, you could try Ghostricks in that setting because there isn't links and there's no time limit. You could put in some work.
I could.
Yeah.
Ghostricks are actually deadlier than people think.
Because remember, with the format that we use, there's no time limit, but if everyone else can basically get to the finals before you, then you're screwed.
Ghostrick Scare. It's no joke. It's the best fucking trap card ever made.
Oh, okay. I wish I knew which one you were talking about, but
the Scare is the one where it's flip everything on the field face up, and for however many Ghostricks you flip face up, flip that many things face down that your opponent controls.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Shit's sick.
Yeah, I kind of wish you would get Ghostricks up and running again. I don't miss the deck in the sense of I'm not oh man, I'm looking forward to get all my shit flip face down.
Super fun to play against, let me tell you.
It was a deck that you liked, and I appreciate that. It was a 6.
Mm-hmm.
The Fang of Crittius. Now, I wish this was a secret rare, and I plan to order some. Because eventually I do want to make a deck that's just... It's either going to be just him, or if I could mix all the legendary dragons there, I will. I love their design. I love the Waking the Dragons season. And Fang of Crittius was the coolest dragon, in my opinion. It was Kaiba's dragon. He fused with traps, which is a really cool concept. Because that's the thing about Timaeus, is Timaeus should have... Cool artwork, he looked cool, but he only fused with Dark Magician stuff, and I just was that's not right. Because you're really limiting the card when you do that.
I feel like maybe he should have fused with magic cards, but
yeah, because Joey's dragon just fuses with things that make weapons, which is okay, that kind of makes some sense. Yeah, Timaeus is just I'll be the dragon to whatever you need something to ride on, whatever, I don't know. But yeah, Crittius is a really cool card. I like all the fusions that they've made. I just wish they would make more. But dude, can we get a torrential tribute Fang of Crittius? You know how cool that would be?
Every time something's summoned?
Yes!
That'd be pretty fucking ridiculous,
nuke the board, let's do it, yeah. Alright. 5?
My number 5, Slifer. He's the best god. I don't care what anybody else says, except for Egyptian Slime God. But he doesn't really count. Slifer is the best of the gods. He has the best effects. He has the best of everything. He's the coolest looking one.
See, they finally updated Raw's effects, where now using cards.
Give me some more Slifers.
Well, no, Slifer his effects they gave him the effects as he had in the anime.
Yeah.
The problem is Obelisk, they do this thing where they're well, Obelisk, if you sacrifice 2 monsters, he gets to destroy all monsters your opponent controls. It's no, in the show you sacrifice 2 monsters, his attack becomes infinite.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing that you should do in the game.
Yeah.
And you can do it where he's only, make his attack infinite only when he's actually attacking. So that way you can't be okay, I'll just...
Yeah, I can't attack over it or anything.
Yeah. But, Slifer, very cool.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to choose. I mean, I don't have any beef with Slifer. I can't really pick any of the 3 that are my favorite.
The lamest one is definitely the fucking chicken.
Raw?
Yeah, I do not like Raw. He gets too much support. He gets too much shit. He's the one that everything... when they make new god cards, they're Raw. And I hate it. I mean, Slifer's definitely better.
I think that, I don't think the stuff that they've given Raw to make him, what he should have been in the show, okay, I'm fine with that. But what I'm saying is, what you're saying, the rest of the god support needs to be just god, Divine Beast support. That's what it needs to be.
Because the Disciple of Raw stuff, and then you have a bunch of shit that, works with Raw. You have the sphere mode shit. You have so many different iterations of Raw, Phoenix mode.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's all cool and whatnot, but give the other 2 some support as well. Have Disciples of Slifer and Disciples of fucking Obelisk. It doesn't make sense that Raw is the only one that gets anything.
Yeah.
Especially when the gameplay mechanics around the other 2 are so interesting that you just do nothing with them. like having infinite hand size and the amount of cards in your hands matters with Slifer, and the fact that Obelisk is straight power and you just need to sacrifice to hit things harder. Those are cool mechanics. Do something with them. I don't know. Anyways, go ahead.
You're rambling. You never shut the fuck up.
I'm so angry.
Anyway,
I have so much hate in my heart.
My number 5 is my Labyrinth of Nightmare. No! My Labyrinth of Nightmare Magic Cylinder. I pulled this out of a pack, and I know for a lot of people, they're like, oh, what's the big deal? As a kid, when you didn't buy a box, I didn't have the money for a box, you just bought like a pack here and there. When I pulled this thing, I was like, oh my gosh, like, it was the first secret rare I ever pulled. So I was like, I'm so ecstatic. So like Magic Cylinder became, and plus I love the effect of being able to just be like, you can catch so many people off guard with a Magic Cylinder when they're like, well,
what fucking year is it?
Yeah, and they're like, surely, well, yeah, I'll be fine. You're like, Magic Cylinder. It's like there's a lot of stuff where people's just attack gets too crazy and they don't realize what they're actually getting themselves into. But I love the card. Yeah, I don't know what else there is to say about it. I would love to put it in a deck. I haven't figured it out yet, but yeah, I won't be satisfied until I can put this into something and use it, because it's just it's my favorite trap. Always has been.
I can't wait for the day when somebody like magical cylinders me and I like barrel behind the door them. And it's just like, cool. My attack goes up through, actually. That blows my mind.
Anyway, go ahead, Jesse.
Alright, my number 4
is
Necroface. It's a card where I believe they should just break the rules for once and let this card go to 4. What could go wrong? They let it go to 3. I just think we need back.
Which you're not complaining about, right?
No, there's nothing wrong with Necroface being at 3. I think they should take Goldsark off the list. Let Goldsark come back to 3.
I agree with this. I would like to be able to play 3 of that in Dinosaurs so I could banish more Necrofaces and also do 3 in my Thunder Dragon deck. Yep. I agree with this.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Necroface is the most balanced card that Konami has ever made, and I just want more of it. If you could make a Necroface archetype where you have like 6-7 monsters and every time one of them is banished, you keep banishing cards so you can just banish your whole fucking deck, that'd be amazing.
I'm picturing you just playing a deck of 20 Goldsarks and 20 Necrofaces and be like, I'm in bliss right now.
Here we go. Okay, well, banish your whole fucking deck. Okay, go.
Yeah, he's definitely a cool card. He wouldn't make my top 10, but he's definitely just the concept of that card is really awesome.
Yeah.
You should try to get the original print, the secret rare, Gladiator's Assault. You ever looked at it?
Oh, it's expensive.
It's like over $1,000.
Yeah, it's so expensive.
Because it has that kind of following. I would love to get it someday.
It's a great card.
Okay, my number 4 is Black Skull Dragon. Black Skull Dragon, back in the day, during like early 2000s, he would have been my favorite card, but some other stuff came along. But no, he's awesome.
Yeah.
I love Black Skull Dragon. He's still, in my opinion, probably, if you did artwork of 2 monsters fusing together and how it looks, I think they did the best job with Black Skull Dragon, because that is literally what those 2 monsters look like if they're fused together, and it's awesome. I don't really care much for the retread of this. In my opinion, it's just the original, and they should give support to the original Black Skull Dragon.
Yeah.
We don't always want retreads of cards. Not always. Sometimes yes, but a lot of times no. You can fix a card by just giving it support. Dragon Nails is a card that Joey would play on Black Skull Dragon or Red Eyes, and that card's never been printed. You could literally make a really cool equip card that would make this card a lot better. Yeah, I don't know. Just watching the show, it was kind of whenever the enemy would like put out something, they're like, well, we can't handle this. Well, let's make Black Skull Dragon.
Yep.
I only regret that this was only used in season 1 and then it never saw the light of day ever again. So, yeah. I would have liked when Yugi had Red Eyes in his deck during Battle City. He should have made this. Alright, go ahead.
Alright, I believe this is number 3.
Yeah.
And it goes to my favorite trap card of all time. Golden Apples is cool and all, but it's nothing compared to Kazaki's Self-Destruct button.
And who do you have to thank for that card?
Yeah, that's you. You definitely got me that card.
Mm-hmm.
The artwork is all I needed to see from this card to fall in love with it. Just the dude just be like, fucking smack it, and like, I'll kill us all. And it's such an amazing.
Leave a like if you know how that feels.
Yeah, leave a like if you know how that feels. Oh my god, it sucks because it's not really like the most playable card of all time.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
But
if your opponent pops it, they take 1,000 points of damage. That's what happens.
The coolest thing about that card, because I used to use it in an old school burn deck, and my burn deck was pretty good. It was pretty much like half stall, half burn, or maybe 3/4 burn and a quarter stall. But Kozaki self-destruct button, you could set that, you could set some other stuff, whatever, and then they'd be like, all right, well, that's probably just like some more floodgates or some trap that I...
Pop, pop, pop,
Yeah.
pop.
And
And
you're
be
like,
like, sweet, take damage,
yeah,
dickhead.
it was
I'll kill us
amazing.
both.
Obviously, it was a different time in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where people couldn't pop off the way they can now, but it was a lot of fun, and I definitely miss my old school burn deck. That was the last deck I played before I left, and I was out of Yu-Gi-Oh! For years.
Okay.
But
So this is the second deck. This is the second deck I'm asking Konami to make in this video.
a Kozaki deck.
Yeah, a Kozaki deck. I want a Kozaki deck, and I want a Masked Salesman deck.
No, for real, like, Konami, it's kind of cool to build a deck around, like, is he level 1?
I think so.
Yeah, just build a deck around a level 1 normal monster that has no effect.
Yeah, I'll play Overworked and anything, man.
Yeah.
I'll play anything.
Okay, 3? Yeah.
Yep. Nice.
Is Dark Paladin. Now, if anyone's seen my favorite fusion deck, or favorite fusion monsters, I think you know, because I've talked about this card, I've talked about the cards that are on this list, but Dark Paladin, I just love this card when Yugi, because this card was only, I believe, made once. It was made in the, conflict of Yugi versus Kaiba in Battle City. It was amazing. I love its effects. Gains 500 for Dragon, I think it's in both players' graveyards and on the field, so that's the great thing about it. And then you can discard a card and negate a spell and destroy it, which is really cool. But his artwork, once again, fusion of Buster Blader and Dark Magician just looks absolutely amazing.
Sick as fuck.
Yeah. I just love this card so much. That's why I have to play... If you're playing Dark Magician and you play Ayatamias, you have to play Dark Paladin, because you never know when this situation actually comes up. Zach has actually done some cool stuff where he plays Buster Blader, but he adds Dark Magician into it for a fusion, and I'm like, that's really cool. I'm like, I'd like to actually fuse this thing out like the legit way instead of just always using Ayatamias. So I don't know. I'll work on it, but yeah, I kind of would like to just make a deck where it's just built around getting him out, but we'll see. Go ahead.
All right. This is the second new card that's on my list, and I don't need to look. My number 2 spot goes to Jormungandr. And
the Serpent,
yeah,
the Xyz, yeah.
I'm sorry, he's the World Serpent. It's cool. It's the best part of all of the Greek mythology. That's basically it, because I've already gone over how much I love this guy in the XYZ video. So I'm just gonna skip
that 16 people watch. But
yeah.
And we'll have another 16 that maybe watch this. But yeah, he's definitely a cool card, cool artwork, good effects. So yeah, I mean, I get it.
I'd love an entire archetype of just world-ending creatures, like the World Serpent, the Leviathan, Cthulhu, fucking just cool shit. I mean, Corona,
Joe Biden.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You know the thing.
Yeah, the thing.
All right. My number 2.
Yeah.
Cyberdark Dragon. I love the Cyberdark archetype, and one of the main reasons I love the Cyberdark archetype is because of Cyberdark Dragon. He makes the deck fun as hell to use. He's the coolest. I love that effect of equipping something gigantic from your graveyard, just feeding off of it. I'm like, that's awesome. I'm going to try to make them support. That's what I was trying to work on last night. I'm going to try to make them support and put that on the channel. So if Konami ever sees it, they can give them more support. Because Cyberdarks do need more support. They're playable now, as opposed to before when they weren't, but...
Yeah.
He's the one that's important. You don't need to make a retread of this card. He's good. You just need to make where his effect of grabbing something from the graveyard that's a dragon. In my opinion, I made a new field spell that just says one of the effects is everything in your graveyard becomes dragon type. I think that's cool because the stuff you dump from the extra deck, now you can dump whatever. Because in the show, Zane dumped his Cyber End Dragon and this thing fed off it.
Yeah.
And
well, shit.
That's what it needs to be doing.
Also, maybe make an unusable dragon monster that's really strong, that is literally just made to be attached to that thing.
10,000 attack?
Yeah.
I'm down with it.
That'd be cool.
Alright, go ahead with your... Do you have any honorable mentions?
I have a ton of honorable mentions. You got Trent, you got Vanilla. There's a lot of normal monsters. You got Alligator, Sword. There's a bunch. I don't know.
Alright, what's the number 1?
Alright, my number 1 goes to Dark Red Enchanter.
I mean, I remembered.
Yeah. It's my favorite card of all time. I love spell counters. He gains additional attack for all the spell counters on him, and then once a turn, I can yank a card out of somebody's hand by taking 2 spell counters off of them. It's not an amazing effect, but I love spell counters, and I've loved spell counters since the beginning, and he was the original spell counter monster. And he was was he ever played in the show?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think he was.
No.
Like, and it sucks because, like, in my opinion, he's just like Dark Magician, but like way fucking cooler.
I think he was made like I think he's originally out of Fan of Darkness. I think so. I think he original print was at the end of the GX era or at the somewhere in 5Ds, and yeah, I don't think he ever showed up.
I like the idea of there being like a whole like line of Dark Magician type magicians. Like he's the red one. Dark Magician's just like the OG, I guess. You make like green, white.
But there is a red Dark Magician already.
Yeah, well, Arcana.
Sure. Arcana. What are you doing?
What do you mean? It's Arcana.
Oh my gosh, stop.
Hey, what's your number one?
Hold on. I'm doing honorable mentions.
Yeah? Okay.
So, Tribute to the Doomed is one of my favorite Magic cards. This is my beat up one, and I tried to grab all my old copies of cards that I've kept because they're what I grew up with, what I played or whatever. But yeah, Tribute to the Doomed. I always thought it was cool. In the show, it was played Bandit Keith when he was under Merrick's Mind Control, played it, but I was playing this even before that. I think I pulled this out of a pack too, and I was like, oh, I love it. Because back in the day, being able to discard any card out of your hand to just pop a monster was super important because, someone had a Blue Eyes or something that you couldn't get over. Tribute to Doom not only could do that, but it could feed something so you could do Monster Reborn or bring back your stuff. I mean, that was like the main play of my deck back in the day was Tribute to the Doom, discard Blue Eyes, Monster Reborn, bring back Blue Eyes. That was like the main thing I would do. So, love that card. Kunai with Chain.
Man.
It almost made it. I love this trap card because it's so simple but so cool.
I can't believe I forgot about that.
And just how Joey used it. Just like, I'll switch your thing to defense, wrap that shit up, and then I get a 500 attack point bonus.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to play this in my warrior deck. I'm going to try. Because it uses equips. And I'm going to try to keep my opponent honest and be like, better watch out.
Yeah. Kunai with Chain.
Why don't you just play evenly matched? Shut up, dude. Shut up. Lava Golem.
Yeah, okay.
It's not a burn deck without Lava Golem. And I love Lava Golem. He's one of my favorite cards. And unfortunately, links have kind of ruined him because now anyone can just link him off. But just a cool concept. I mean, yeah, you don't get your normal summon that turn, but being able to just tribute 2 of their monsters, so your opponent's like, I'll have the negate here and I'll have the negate here. Like, not so fast, buddy.
Links really do fuck up a lot.
Yeah, and then burning them for 1,000 damage was awesome. It's a great concept for a card. I loved it. Chthonian Emperor Dragon, one of my favorites that almost made it.
For real?
I love this card.
Yeah.
I love this card. If I ever do a Dragon deck, he definitely has to be in it. If I ever do any kind of Gemini stuff, which I might be getting into, he will be in there. Love the card. So his effect is if you Gemini summon him, he can attack twice a turn. I love it. 6-star, cool artwork. I love the Chthonian stuff because Chaz.
Yeah.
Chaz, I don't think ever played that card, but he should have. Summon Skull. Metal Raider Summon Skull. Just, is there anything better than like when you're opening, like you see this in your hand, you're like, oh, dude, you look so fucking awesome. Like,
yeah. And I also remember like Brennan has that one that's like,
yeah, his is like weird. Looks like some dude just took like marker and just was like, put a bunch of dots in it.
Current warped, yeah.
Yeah, but Summon Skull, great. I think I had him like as my second favorite normal monster. Lastly, for the honorable mentions, I have my Feral Servant Buster Blader that I got out of... You remember Jake Martin from high school?
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, like 6th grade, he had a garage sale. And yeah, this thing was beat up back then, but I got this for $3 at his garage sale, and I remember I thought I like won the lottery. I was like, dude, I just got a Buster Blader for $3. Like, that's amazing. Always loved Buster Blader. He's really cool. I tried to make the Buster Blader deck a couple years ago, and I passed that on to Zach.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to remake it now. I might want to build that again. Who knows? I mean, I love Buster Blader, and I'd like to be able to use them, so.
It's just like a lockdown deck.
Yeah. All right, Jesse, what's my number one?
Dark Magician?
Shut up.
No? Is it not?
Are you being serious?
Let's see.
It's Dark Armed Dragon.
Oh, no way. Dark Armed Dragon. Your email account.
Whoa. I have a lot of things that are Dark Armed centric, yes. When I go in for a job resume, yeah, Dark Armed is somewhere on my email and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, so I love Dark Armed. This is an ultimate rare, and then the reason I'm showing these two is because the ultimate rare is what Brendan, our buddy that's on the channel, he got me this for Christmas a couple years back. Yeah, it shot up in price. I think he paid like 70, 80, somewhere like that. And yeah, now it's like over $200. But love that. And while this one is more, obviously worth more because of its rarity, all that kind of stuff, this is the one, out of any card, people talk about cards that actually mean something to you. This card got me back into Yu-Gi-Oh! I remember being in high school in like summer 2009. We were just like, yeah, let's just like look at like vintage stock and just see what's in there. and they had a Gold Series box. So I bought it, and I opened it up, and I got Gold Rare, Dark Armed Dragon, Caius the Shadow Monarch, and Gold Sarcophagus. And those 3 cards have meant a lot to me, because instantly I saw these cards, and I was like, there's some synergy there. There's dark stuff. I was like, I'll just make a dark deck, and that's what I ended up trying to do. And I used to throw this guy in everything because I just loved him. And I always loved Armed Dragon. Armed Dragon level 10 almost made the list as well. I love all the Armed Dragons. But in the end, Dark Armed, I mean, like, it's just, he's everything I've ever wanted in a card. He's a boss monster. He's cool artwork. He can be special summoned. Yeah, and I love his popping effect. I love that if you fuel, you can put more stuff in there after he's already summoned and just fuel him up. But yeah, this card got me back into the game. And then since then, I mean, I've taken little hiatuses here and there, but I've never actually got out. I mean, there was a time, like, into high school, I think I took, like, 3 years off. It was basically, like, 8th grade to, like, senior year, I didn't play. So, if it weren't for this guy, I probably would have never got back in and never had a lot of the experiences I've had, which a lot of my friendships are Yu-Gi-Oh! Related, so. Yeah, so that's it. That was my number 1. What another side note that's related to that, what pisses me off is there's a guy, called Dark Armed Duelist on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you motherfucker.
Excuse me.
Yeah, sir, that's copyright. That's my shit. I'm going to sue you for that.
Yeah, literally, like, the most Dark Armed centric person. Like, you entirely base, like, half of the shit that you do based on, like, Dark Armed. Because it's, like, it's in, like, your Xbox account. It's in, like, your PlayStation account.
Yeah.
Everything. It's, like, Dark Armed, and then, like, if that's taken, he, like, puts something after.
No, it's... Yeah, well, I have the same thing that's after it, but no one on here is going to know about it. But,
we're not going to listen.
No, but... It's so that, like, there's no way. That's the cool thing about the username that I use, because there's no way that anyone's going to have that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so that's it for the list. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, I know this probably ran too long. What?
Leave us in your comments. Leave us in the comments a list of your top 10 favorite cards. And, why is Dark Armed the best card ever?
I mean, it's pretty awesome. Also, if you see people in the comments that, like, start listing, like, hand traps or call us casuals, can you redirect them to the name of the channel? Because sometimes they forget. I know it can be confusing sometimes.
There's only one hand trap that matters, and that's the spooky dogwood.
Whatever, son. All right, that's it for us. Have a good one.
Spooky.